Well, been a minute, but welcome everybody back to McBain's Legends of the Game podcast, hosted by Grace and Guernsey. I'm by myself today, so yeah, and we're going to be talking about, let me look at it real quick. I got a bunch of papers down here that have something. So we got two subjects I could do today, but I mean, yeah. Okay, so first episode of season 2 is going to be the curse between Evart and McBain. Now, some of you might already be familiar with this in some way or another. But so what happened is it lasted from 2020 to 2022 when McBain was in D8, Division 8 football, and Everett's been in D8. So in that time frame, they played each other 3 times in the playoffs. And what I mean by curse, too, is that it was just like a weird sequence of events that occurred where it was like kind of back and forth. So where it really started was that in 2020, in the regular season, McBain played Evart, and McBain soundly won that game 52-16. And then during that year, this was COVID year, so like the season was cut short. And I'm just trying to get something real quick. Season was cut short. So then what happened was in the playoffs, McBain played Evart, and it was a total opposite of what happened. It was a really, really close game. It came down to the wire. And Evart ended up winning it 31-34 final. So, yeah, somebody just says, oh, they wanted it more. Evart just wanted to get the win and such like that. So, yeah, it is kind of like that. The following year, 2021, McBain played Evart in the regular season. I think it was at Evart. Yeah. And the score was 12-40, McBain losing. Now, pretty big blowout. But then the following, in the playoffs, when they played, McBain won. McBain won 42-7, which was just a blowout win. And they'd go on to advance to the district finals, but lose to Traverse City St. Francis. And then, in 2022, the final year they played each other in the playoffs, which was like 2 years ago. Regular season, the game was 20-48, Evart winning, and then Evart kind of broke that curse, supposedly, by winning 31-22 in the playoffs. So, yeah, some could just call it superstition, but in my opinion, I'd say that's a curse because it was going back and forth for several years. They weren't really like consistently winning until 2022 when Evart just had that crazy team and they just won both the games. But yeah, the differential scores, I mean, in 2021, in the regular season it was a Evart blowout win, and then the playoffs it was a McBain blowout win, 42-7, and stuff like that. But then, yeah. And some of actually, I got inspiration from this because of the 9 and 10 News did a entire segment on this about how it's just kind of weird that these two kept on playing each other and it kept on going back and forth in the playoffs and the regular season. So yeah. And then both teams too during the series would do pretty decent afterwards. In 2020, when McBain lost, Evart would go on to lose to Oscoda in the district finals. The year previous, 2021, McBain won Go on to lose to St. Francis, like I said. And then in 2022, this was like the best team that Evert's ever had. It went to the regionals against Iron Mountain, and they lost by 1 point. So, I mean, I remember I was broadcasting that game against McBain in 2022. Evart just like threw the ball. They just passed the ball, threw it, aired it out. And against East Jordan, they won 35-7, which was which was a massive blowout. And then they lose to Iron Mountain in the regional finals, 33-34. Tough loss. And since then, McBain has moved on to the divisions, and both teams have parted ways. Evart still in D8 and McBain in D7. But right now, yeah. This year, McBain went all the way to regionals and lost to Menominee 40-0. But they did beat Beaverton and Holton Lake in the pre-districts and district finals. So, yeah. But besides for that, really, it was just a weird series of events that I just wanted to cover because I thought it was kind of cool, or, well, neat and interesting. So, yeah, that'll be it for Season 2, the first episode of McBain's Legends of the Game. Hope you enjoyed it. Give a like. Subscribe to the McBain Student Productions. We need it. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the near future. Hopefully with somebody else, not just me.